From the beginning, you're supposed to train a man the way you would train a dog. The reason why he was only good to you for a month or two, and then all of a sudden changed up, comfortably hurting your feelings, is because you allowed it. Most of you don't even love yourselves, and it shows. I don't care what other women are telling you. If he's with you, you create the rules on what you expect out of him. You decide what's okay and what's not. Don't allow these other women to tell you what's right and what's wrong. Those same women are only they're basically only teaching you to put up with what they're putting up with. And while they're suffering from it, they're only dragging you in to suffer together with them. I remember I was dating this guy for like only 2 months, something like that, and eventually he got comfortable. Sometimes when we like laid up in bed, he'd take out his phone, scroll through social media, which I was extremely against. Listen, if you're with me, you're respecting my time. You better not take out your phone. When I'm with my girlfriends, they can take out their phone whenever they want, but when it comes to a man, I will train him like a freaking dog. Do not even play with me. I'm telling you, I make every single man that walks into my life respect me fully. I will make sure that when I walk out of their life, they're going to remember me. And this is something that I absolutely hate. Do not ever, I would never ever let a guy get so comfortable with me that when he's with me, he doesn't appreciate my time. I could care less about how many women tell me that this is crazy. With every single guy that walks into my life, if he dares to take out his phone while he's in my presence, it's over. I mentioned to him once, I decided, listen, it's not that much of a big deal, it's not that serious, I can mention it once and give him a warning. So that's what I did. I mentioned once that I don't like it and it's disrespectful. Explain to him why I think it's disrespectful. And yeah, the next day we were together again, and again he took out his phone, he basically started scrolling through social media. And I'm like in my head thinking, is this guy serious? And even while he was scrolling, I'm dead serious. Like this guy just like freaking, some video popped up of some girl like shaking her booty. She was half naked in a bikini. Watching it right in front of me while I'm sitting there. And I'm like, you know what? Like, that's it. Like, I was just like, what is this? And listen, there's women out here telling you, oh, this is okay. Like, naked women are everywhere. Nah. I could care less how you think, how you feel. No guy in my presence is gonna do that. I don't even feel that I should be even talking to him or explaining that this is disrespectful. I mean, come on. You know that it is. I'm not dating some 12-year-old. Like, you know exactly what you're doing. And if anything, this guy should have been kissing my feet for the fact that I even gave him a warning. I'll be honest with you, when I saw that he was on his phone on social media scrolling, I was like, okay, it's not enough of a big deal for me to leave and go home. I can just explain to him. If I was with him and for the first time, okay, instead of just the social media, he on top of that was looking at some naked girl, I wouldn't even give that a warning. Like, that's not even something I'm gonna talk to you about. Let's not play stupid. You know what you're doing. I'm gonna grab my stuff and leave. No, this isn't a conversation. Social media wasn't a big deal, but watching some half-naked girl shake her booty right in front of my face, That to me is mad disrespectful. Like, you know exactly what you're doing. I'm not even gonna try to play this game with you. So the second time when it happened, on top of that video that I added, I was enough. Like, I was pissed. And I was just showing my frustration. I didn't like bother yelling at him or going crazy. I just remember showing my frustration. I was like, you don't respect my time, and on top of that, you're watching this in front of me. That's disrespectful. Grabbed my stuff and I left. And I could care less that it was 3 a.m. I grabbed my stuff and I told him I'm going home. And this is exactly what I expect every single one of you to do. I could care less what time it is. Don't care where you are. I would rather sleep outside naked than to allow a man to disrespect me like that. If he had such an issue of, being off social media while in my presence, then he can just say so. I would never in my life force my boundaries on people. I would never force my opinions on people. I just tell you, listen, this is how it's gonna be. If this is a problem for you, cool. Say so, I'm gone. It's not gonna be hard for me to find a guy who's gonna enjoy my time and isn't gonna be spending his time on the phone. You know what I mean? So I could care less. Like, if he was to just tell me, listen, I think you're crazy and I don't agree with you, okay, cool, bye. Like, I don't care how people think. I don't care how people even feel. This is how I feel, and you're gonna do as I say. And I don't understand why most of you women don't have this mindset. Why do you deal with guys who constantly hurt you and upset you and you're not happy with it? If you look good and you know that you can get guys, you don't need to put up with that. Leave. Literally, like, some of you stay in a man's house after he repeatedly disrespects you, like, I just could care less what other women think. You create your own boundaries. If something's feeling wrong to you or something's upsetting you, I could care less how crazy it is. Put him in his place. Grab your stuff and go. And going back to the story about the whole guy who was on social media with the whole half-naked girl, whatever, once I left his place, just didn't care. I walked back home. He was chasing me outside with his boxers, begging me to come back to his place and telling me, look, you got me outside, my boxers, like, just please come back, like, it's not gonna happen again, let's talk it out. No, could care less. And that's exactly how every woman should react. The fact that he even got a warning from you should be a blessing. He needs to understand that if you're gonna cross my boundaries, it's done. Like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna leave, and that's that. You don't allow a guy to create the rules. You, as the woman, create the rules. And if he doesn't like it, if something doesn't feel right to him, then leave him. Bye. Men will put up with your boundaries, no matter how crazy they are, no matter how stupid they are. All these women out here telling you, like, I know for a fact, if I was out there on social media asking women, what do you think? A guy was watching a half-naked girl in front of me. Do you think this is okay? A lot of women would be like, well, like, there's just so many women out there naked on social media, so you can't really control it or do anything. So, like, don't be crazy. Like, pretend like you're okay. No, I don't care. Don't care. If I don't like something, I'm gonna make sure that you're gonna do as I want. And if you have a problem with that, bye. Because I know for a fact I can easily find a guy who's gonna do what I want. Men put up with crazy boundaries out there, and they just put up with crazy women out there who have the craziest boundaries simply because they're in love. So if you're not gonna put up with mine, then clearly you're just not in love. That's what I say. Like, I just do not care. I don't even think that they're that crazy, but I know other women and I know how other women think. And a lot of other women just, like, they deal with so much crap. And I just don't understand why. Like, I really just don't understand why. I love myself way too much. As soon as something feels wrong to me, bye. Don't care. I don't question myself, am I crazy? I don't go out to my friends and ask them, do you think I'm crazy? If I don't like the way you make me feel, bye. Anyways, back to the story. The situation wasn't serious enough for me to, like, completely break it off with him and stop talking to him. It was just kind of like, okay, you need to start learning who's making the rules here. And if you don't like that, then you can leave. I would never, chain a guy up and say, no, you have to stay. You don't like how things work. You don't like the fact that I'm making the rules. Leave. So basically, I just told him, I was like, listen, I need space. I need time to think. I don't think we're right for each other. Yada, yada. Came back home and I was having, those few, I just did not talk to him for, a few days. And all those few days, I was just having the time of my life. Okay, I was going out, doing the sports that I want to do, seeing the friends that I want to see, going out to bars, enjoying men flirting with me. Could care less. I was just not thinking about him. And every single day that I did not talk to him, he was messaging me, calling me, trying to get me back. I know for a fact there's going to be women listening to this thinking, why did you have to make him go that crazy? Why didn't you just forgive? It's not that much of a big deal. There's men out there that will do much worse, so I should let the situation slide. I won't. I expect respect, and if I don't receive what I want, I know damn well I will get what I want from someone else. I promise you. If you were to talk to any of the men I'm with or had in my past, they will all show you how much they freaking respect me. In fact, the fact that they're willing to give up their habits just to make me happy is what makes them even more obsessed with me. Even if a guy told me I was crazy, I wouldn't care. I love myself. I trust my own feelings. I don't need to ask other men or women if I'm crazy. If you make me feel like crap, I'm gone. Don't care what you did. I will put you in your place. That is what I call loving yourself, which almost over half of you don't. Men walk all over you, talking to you however they want, treating you however they want. Because they know you're there to stay. How does this not piss you off? Do you even understand how stupid you look for dealing with that? Do you understand how low value you look in his eyes for allowing him to get away with that crap? knowing damn well what he's doing. These men are not stupid. Okay, they know what they're doing. If something pisses you off and you're literally looking at him like, are you seriously doing this right now? Like, do you not understand how much it's gonna hurt me or how much it is hurting me? It means he knows what he's doing. You're not dating no 12-year-old. And if he doesn't know what he's doing, then clearly he's just stupid. You grab your stuff and you go. You decide on your situation, like, is this something that I can give him a chance on? Or is this something that he should know better? If it's something that he should know better, grab your stuff and go. If it's something that he can get a chance for, fine, give him a warning. He should be kissing your feet for that too. Don't ever allow yourself to be one of those stupid women that cries and yells and begs him to stop, yet still lays up beside him. Grab your stuff and leave. If he really loved you, if he really wanted you, if he really wants to change and be better for you, I promise he's gonna chase you. He will be coming back to you. Either you're gonna leave and he's gonna start messaging and calling you every day, or maybe he's gonna go silent and then afterwards he's gonna message you. But if he doesn't message you at all, he never cared. He was never planning to change. It's always good to give him space. Give him space to cry in the corner, to think about everything he's done, to remind himself how good he felt with you. How dare he take you for granted? And while he's crying and thinking about all the mistakes he's made and how he's gonna come back to you and treat you better, you're gonna be out having the time of your life. Okay, out with your friends, out wherever, having men flirt with you, reminding yourself about everything that you can get and how much you were doing him a favor for even being with him. That is what you're going to do. A woman that doesn't know how to train her man to respect her is first off a woman that is a disgrace. Like, us women have way too much power over men. Literally, what you have in between your legs can get a man to do anything and everything, and you leaving will also get a man to do anything and everything. Literally, like, it doesn't cost you any money to do both those things. So if you're a woman who allows a man to mistreat her, you're a disgrace. You better start looking better, and you better go move on and be with a guy that's going to treat you better and give you more. And second, it's also a woman that's going to put up with a man that's going to mistreat her for the rest of her life. He's never going to change because you allowed it. So either you start putting him in his place now, or you go get a new man and you start training him like a dog from the beginning. A woman who needs other women to advise her if she's being crazy or not about something that her man did to upset her is a stupid woman. Who cares what other women think? Who cares what I think? Who cares what your family thinks? You have your feelings. There's certain things that you like. There's certain things that you don't like. You decide what your boundaries are. It doesn't matter what most women think. If something pisses you off, if something makes you feel like crap about yourself, you put those boundaries in place. Seriously, I'm telling you, like, you ladies have to love yourselves. Like, if you don't love yourself, it's obvious people will take advantage of you, especially men. In order to get what you want from a man, in order to get a man to basically treat you normally, you have to love yourself. Women see how men treat me, and I promise you they're jealous. They constantly make compliments all the time about how lucky I am to have a man that does XYZ, how lucky I am to have a man that treats me XYZ, etc., etc. This is simply, again, because I trust my own feelings. I could care less if other people think that my opinions are crazy. I could care less if people think that I was being a bit extra. I do not care. If I ask a man for something, I expect it. If I don't get it, and maybe it's too much for him, cool, he can say so, and I'm gonna move on about my day. I'm gonna go find another man that won't have an issue with it. I'm confident about what I preach because I know that, I mean, in my head, yeah, for some other women, they listen to it and they're like, that's crazy, I wouldn't get mad about that. But in my head, I'm confident about it, and I'm like, nope, this is how I feel, this is how it's gonna be. You know, and that's exactly how you should be too. That's exactly how your head should be working too. I'm confident about what I preach because I know how easy it is to get what I want. And if other women also started, training their brain and training their heads to think the same way, they wouldn't have all these problems with men. Actually, as I'm doing this video, I remembered about this one girl. This was like months ago, maybe a year. Now, I have no idea if this girl still watches my videos, so if she does, I apologize to you for using your story. It just kind of came up in my head. And I have no idea what I even responded to her. It's definitely not going to be the same response that I have here. I just did not have time for that message at that time. But I remember this one girl who messaged me, and I think she said like her boyfriend like buys her everything and pays for everything, but he does disrespect her. Like he makes fun of her for having acne. Now, honestly, if that was to be me, I would suck this guy dry from all the money he has. Like, I would suck his money dry, okay, while I'm looking for a new man. I will leave him and just go find myself a side piece. And of course, I don't think I said this to her, at least I hope I didn't, because it's like telling other women that you have no idea about, like to go off and cheat, is not a good idea, because I don't know how crazy this guy is and I don't want her murdered. But like, I'm aware of the kind of men I date, so I know what I'm putting myself into, you know? But honestly, like any guy who's gonna make fun of me, bye. Like, I could care less how he feels, because clearly, if he's so comfortable to make fun of me, he's so comfortable to make fun of something that I can't control. So obviously, he doesn't care about my feelings. If he doesn't care about my feelings, why would I care about his? And women out here will be teaching you to have a talk and explain to him how it hurts you. No, F that. I'm telling you, if some guy even has the nerve to talk about how I look, to talk about the things, to make fun of the things that I can't control, I'm going crazy mode and I'm just gonna go find a new man. How does it make sense that you're my boyfriend or my husband? I have to be faithful to you, and yet this is how you treat me. If I'm your girl, I'm supposed to feel like a princess around you. If I feel like crap, and on top of that, you're making fun of the things I can't control, why wouldn't I go cheat? Why wouldn't I go to the next man that will whisper all the words that I want to hear? And yeah, I said cheat. Like, if you're my man and you don't care about my feelings, then I could care less about yours. I'll go from zero to petty really fast. And honestly, like, I had a period in my life, and this was like years ago, where I had crazy acne. Like, we're talking about cysts all over my face. And it didn't matter what I tried to do, nothing worked. Like, I don't know what it was. I think it was like some serious issues with my hormones or something, because like the only thing that worked was Accutane. But even during this period, I still had a man, and he treated me like gold. Never spoke of my acne, even though it was mad obvious that I had it, okay? And he never put me down. He was still paying for everything, always told me that I was beautiful, took me out on trips. Like, if you're listening to this, okay, the girl that messaged me about the acne, first off, I'm hoping that you're not with this guy, because the fact that he was comfortable enough to make fun of something that you can't control is already an issue. I hope that you found yourself a new man, and if you haven't, then I hope that after listening to this, you get up and you go find a new man, okay? Take whatever you can from this man, go find a new man. Just be careful, okay? Hopefully the guy you're with is not like psychotic. But like, yeah, like there's just no reason for you to put up with someone who's gonna make fun of you. And I'm telling you, like, I looked terrible. I don't think anyone who's watching this video had the acne that I had. Like, if you guys were to see what I had, you wouldn't even be like, you couldn't even see my face. My acne was that bad. I'm not exaggerating. Like, it was bad. The dermatologist looked at it and they were like, this is like insane. You get what I mean? So if I looked like that, I was not attractive. If I looked like that, had my face completely out of control, and still had a man do everything for me, and then I can only imagine what a girl who's freaking obese can get, okay? A girl who's obese looked better than me. I'm dead serious. Like, I'm not just like talking crap out of my mouth. I'm very serious that I had a man give me everything, even when looking like that. In fact, as I'm talking about this, I actually remember this one experience where I also had a guy who tried to make fun of something on my body that I couldn't control. I think I mentioned the story actually in my like earlier videos, but if I didn't, whatever, I'll like mention it now. But basically, this one guy who I refused to sleep with because he was just giving me sketchy vibes. He would like sit in the bathroom for hours, and I was just thinking maybe it's an addiction, maybe he's talking to some other girl, because I did try to talk to him about it. I thought maybe there's something wrong with him, like maybe he has a problem with his bladder or whatever, but he didn't have a good excuse for it. So I was like, okay, this guy's sketchy, time to look for another one. And I kept him around because he spent a lot of good money and I enjoyed his company. So I wasn't gonna let him get laid ever. I was just planning to eventually I was basically planning out my exit, but he was getting frustrated on the fact that he wasn't getting laid, and he decided to comment on my small chest. Um, and honestly, listen, like, I love my small chest, but like, the fact that he had the nerve to even comment on my body and try to find a way to insult anything about me, like, that was enough. Like, that was enough to make me petty. I'm dead serious that I was like, okay, I'm gonna suck this guy's money dry. I'm gonna completely go, like, change up my whole persona. Like, I'm gonna pretend like I wanna sleep with him, like I can't handle him, and that way I will get even more money out of him. And then I'm gonna leave him. So while he was spending money on me like crazy, thinking that he's eventually gonna get laid, I was just out with some other guy who whispered all the things that I want to hear about my chest, and I even let him play with my chest. Didn't care. Didn't care. I let this complete other guy do whatever, while this other loser who tried to insult me continues to spend crazy amount of money on me. And eventually I left him because he was running out of money, and I promised you that that same guy who tried to insult my small chest took a look at his bank account every single day, and when he saw his minus, he remembered what a girl with small titties can do. And ladies, I just want to remind you, at least I hope that you already know this, all these like negative emotions, stress, sadness, anger, it can cause a lot of diseases. I mean, there's plenty of studies on this. Like, all these negative emotions can actually lead up to cancer. These things slowly kill you. These things actually age you like crazy. Like, stress, sadness, anger, easily it like completely kills your skin. You can get acne from that. You get dry skin from that. You can also get oily, super oily skin from that. Wrinkles from that. Do not allow these men to like slowly kill you and slowly make you ugly and slowly make you age like crazy. Not even slowly, you're gonna be like aging like crazy from these feelings. Like, I'm telling you right now, no way am I allowing some loser to get me feeling these negative emotions. I got enough stress in my life. I don't need him adding even more to it. Anyways, to finalize this video, seriously, please, like, just learn to freaking love yourself already. Like, stop caring what other people think. Stop asking people for their opinions. You're not crazy. If something's pissing you off, it's pissing you off for a reason. You create your rules and you're gonna make sure they follow them. They have a problem with following them? Bye. Men put up with the craziest women out there. Men put up with women who have the most stupid boundaries that I've ever heard in my life. But they put up with it every single day simply because they're in love. Trust me, it's easy out there. Your happiness and just you staying sane is 10 times more important. If a man even comes up to you and has the nerve to disrespect you, to make fun of something that you can't control, or to talk to you a certain way, or to not respect your time, or whatever else there is, it should be enough to piss you off. If he actually viewed you as something special, if he viewed you as somebody who's not replaceable, he wouldn't treat you like you're just anyone in the first place. So if he wants to test it out and if he wants to take advantage of you, you leave. You leave, you go have the time of your life. You allow him to cry in the corner. You allow him to think about all the times he took you for granted, about all the times that he should have changed, about all the things that he's gonna change now and do for you. Well, you have to just go out and enjoy your life. You go out and you remind yourself exactly what you're worth. You allow all these men to go off and whisper all the things that you want to hear, while he sits and cries and thinks about all the ways that he's going to change and become better for you.